one made that joke yet?
About him being bald?
Baldy Styles?
No.
No one's made
I don't think that's
would like
clever
to
enough.
Trademark, copyright, trademark. I own that now.
Baldy Styles.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to fight you on that for claiming that joke. Wow, you've got a lot of notes.
No, those are
That's
I wrote those with no research.
Wow.
Too. I just wrote those from my brain.
I feel like you're like Rain Man with Batman. Like
What is Rain Man?
Like the wheels start turning.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot. Yeah.
I've actually never seen Rain Man, so I made that reference completely
I do that all the time.
out of my butt. Like, yeah, probably from that. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Dylan.
And this is the podcast.
We gotta do it again. I had like such a weird look. I look like a look.
Looking for.
I don't know. I just need to be more chill.
You're chill.
Okay.
Do you know when me and Jonah started dating, we matched on Tinder and he messaged me and said, "You seem chill. I like your vibe." Would you ever describe me as a chill person?
Or liking your vibe, neither. That's crazy.
Who likes your vibe? You're off, buddy.
Your vibe is, yeah.
It's not chill. I've never claimed to be chill.
That's so sad.
You said it.
No, I would never.
Another instance of, my microphone's off. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're back to Dylan telling me I'm off-putting. I was just saying I'm not chill. But Dylan...
No, that is crazy that you...
Jonah calling me chill, I immediately was like, huh. Okay.
This guy's cool.
Interesting. I've never been called chill.
He gets it. And then that's why you went on the date.
Yeah, I was like, chill, huh? I guess we'll see. And then now we're married.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd call me chill.
Not anymore.
Ever again, but...
What was on your Tinder profile that was so chill?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
I
was wearing an Adidas hat.
That's chill as fuck.
Super chill. Yeah, that was probably it. Jonah had like the classic, like he's holding a puppy picture.
Damn, and that, yeah.
I know. I was like,
It's bait, yeah.
Yeah, it 100% is.
Oh, he likes puppies.
But it worked.
Yeah, it did, I guess.
I guess so. Sorry. Okay, do we need to do the intro again?
No, that's fine. Okay. It's fine. I just know I was nervous for a second.
He was nervous, but he's...
I don't know why.
Being chill.
I just looked around like I darted. I was embarrassed.
I heard my baby.
Yeah, it sounded like a cat.
Okay.
What? That noise sounded like
Your
a meow.
baby sounds like an animal.
It sounded like a meow.
Kind of. It did actually. A little bit. But for everyone, she's safe. She's with her dad, so she's not just crying somewhere.
We stashed her.
So if you hear a baby crying, she is being watched. I promise. Like she's okay.
They won't hear anything. So
okay. Well then, never mind.
But she's fine.
She's fine. I remember what I was gonna say. I have a really good way to put into words what our podcast is. If you're gonna listen to me.
Sorry, I thought my mic turned off. Okay, I'm back.
So I was talking to someone how women's like cultural things are getting more prevalent and more important, but men aren't like being a part of it or wanting to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But women have been a part of men's cultural like subjects for forever and just adapted to it.
Yeah.
So that's what the podcast is. I'm forcing Dylan to be a part of girls' culture and girls' topics. Yeah. And he's forced to listen and adapt.
Yeah.
Except for today.
And accept.
And be nice.
And I listen to women. and I would like to formally apologize for laughing at Ashley when she told me about All Too Well.
Which is fair.
When you sobbed, it was fair that I laughed, is what you were about to say. But I would never do it again.
What's so funny is the comments. So we got a few comments on some of our videos when I described how like cool All Too Well is, the song, and hearing it with women together. And Dylan did laugh at me, to be fair. But and
I regret it.
And he regrets it because a lot of people did not like that. And to be fair to those women, I was reading those comments and I was like, this is fair because a lot of women have that experience of being laughed at for important things.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, I sound like such a male apologist saying this, but because I know Dylan and his intentions, they were not that per se.
I'm just a giggly guy. I laugh at a lot of stuff. And
Dylan would laugh at a funeral.
I find I find most things funny.
So to be fair, all the women who commented that, you are right. 100% men should not laugh at important things for women.
Well, right. Valid maybe,
Valid,
but not
valid,
right.
but not Dylan did not mean it that way. And so when I didn't respond to comments, I was like, I just don't know how to explain. Like, he's just
I'm just
You're
silly. Yeah.
you're not thinking that far ahead.
No. I wasn't.
There's not a lot of
there was
things
no
going
malicious.
on.
There was no malicious intent. I was just like picturing you just sobbing is kind of funny, but not because you like things, but only because it's just funny to.
I
like
think
anyone.
the idea of me crying makes you uncomfortable also. So I think you laughed at that too. Like, I think you're like,
Maybe I don't know.
I don't
See,
know.
Again, I wasn't thinking. I was just giggling. I was
there's
like,
not a lot going on in his brain.
I just
enough
find
to
everything
be
funny.
insulting.
Yeah.
So
no, it's
anyways,
true. I tell people that all the time. I'm like,
there's
I'm
not a lot going on up
I'm
there.
not thinking ahead. I'm just things just happen.
Me and Jonah have had that discussion a couple times where he'll be like trailing or like spacing off, and I'm like, "What are you thinking about?" And he's like, "Literally nothing."
Yeah, that happens.
Absolutely nothing. And I'm like, "What is that like?" Because there's never a time when my mind is quiet. I never know peace.
Really?
Ever. Especially now as a mom, I never know peace. I'm literally thinking about thousands upon thousands of things per second. And I
Well,
wish I could know peace.
I guess mine is like I'm always thinking about something, but a lot of times it's like it has no point. I remember we were going to dinner and we were like waiting in line with Avery's parents.
Oh yeah.
And like I was just thinking about that's crazy that tires are filled with so much air. And I was like, what if they just
Man,
pop?
I wish.
Yeah. And then he was like, Avery's dad was like, what's wrong, Dylan? I was like, I'm like, nothing. Like,
Please don't ask.
I'm not gonna
actually.
explain the tire thing. It's more embarrassing.
So, sir, what do you think about these? Good thing they've known you for a while, I guess.
Yeah,
You
like
guys have been dating for a long time, huh?
yeah, like a long time.
That's crazy. Wait, when did you guys start dating? You were in
when
high
I
school, right?
was 16, so like
Oh,
almost 7 years. Yeah,
That's so cool.
7 years this May.
My parents started dating when they were 15.
Oh, you're trying to one up me?
Yeah, so you know, I mean, pretty
Well,
cool. But
yeah.
they
It's
got a
kind of
year on
sad.
ya.
Me and Avery were like the same height. I hadn't quite hit puberty
Yeah.
when we started dating.
That means she really loves you.
Yeah, I know. Or she was investing. Maybe that's what she
investing.
said.
That's so funny. She was making an investment.
Yeah, she was
Fair.
a 50-50 chance.
That's
I
so
didn't
funny.
change.
I
My
mean, she
voice
just
was still high. She has a picture of when we before we first dated, and
Oh,
it's
I
crazy.
wanna see it.
Yeah, like I'm wearing like a flannel. I'm like chubby and short, and I'm
Oh,
like,
the no neck.
yeah,
thing.
literally.
I remember.
Also, all my friends were like, "You actually do have that same friend was like, it still is thick, man. Don't worry."
Well,
I was like,
back
"Thanks,
to our Travis
bro."
Kelce thick neck,
Yeah.
Maddie Healy skinny neck spectrum. Okay, I don't know where Jonah stands. I think you're both probably
Not
pretty
super-
middle ground
I
there
wouldn't
on the
say I have a
spectrum
super
of.
skinny neck, but it's definitely not like thick and muscular.
You don't have, like the skinny
Travis
neck
Kelce.
like attitude of like a Maddie Healy.
Yeah.
But you also don't have the thick neck posture of a Travis Kelce.
Yeah, which is fine. I don't
That's
need.
fine, and you're okay with
It's
that.
too thick.
No, it's
No,
not.
I'm just kidding. That would be too thick for me though. Like I wouldn't.
That'd
it
be
wouldn't
insane
look
if you
right.
were just the
Yeah.
exact same, but like, like
It
really
wouldn't look
nuts,
right on me.
right on your neck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like we were talking about listening to women, today is actually not about that. Today I have to listen to Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan gets once a month where he gets to talk about what he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
And today Dylan's going to talk about Batman, which is why I wore my Spider-Man shirt because
Which
I
is-
know they're
yeah.
friends.
Well.
They are
How
friends.
much do you want me to get? Because they're not. They don't even exist.
Well, they're both superheroes.
Yeah, but they're not in the same universe. Do you know that? Or are you messing with me? Because Spider-Man is Marvel and Batman is DC. Are you joking? Because I can't tell. Yeah, because they're different. But I don't think they would be friends either.
Why?
Because Spider-Man's like a dweeb. He's not an orphan. Well, I guess he is. Yeah, actually.
Spider-Man's cool.
Yeah, but like in a dweeb way. And Batman is like
Batman's like a cool.
is like a type. No, not. He's not even that cool. He's kind of like an
I feel
asshole.
like he's not cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I find him cool, but I wouldn't be friends with him. Should I get started on my?
Sure.
my
I would like
Batman?
to start with who's your favorite. I would like to ask a question. Who's your favorite version of Batman
My favorite as a actor? Yeah, it's Robert Pattinson for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you?
Mine is Will Arnett as Lego Batman.
Oh, Lego Batman?
Yes, I love the
like
Lego
Batman
Batman
a lot. That's funny. He's really good, actually.
That is like, I think it captures Batman's essence probably the best as far as I am concerned. And it's by far the most entertaining Batman movie.
The most, for
No, it's really
the
good.
layman, yeah, or like for like people.
For
like,
the lamos?
I think it is like the most entertaining, yeah.
For the lamos?
Layman.
I don't
For the layman, like the person that's not super into it, or like.
Oh, I didn't know there's a term for.
It's not a Batman specific term.
I've never heard of it.
It's just a word,
Well,
and I'm not sure if I'm even using it right, so that'd be embarrassing.
That would be embarrassing. My favorite Batman villain is Superman, because they're not friends, right?
No, they're besties.
In Lego Batman, they're not friends.
Really? I don't remember Superman even being in Lego Batman.
He is.
And is
obviously
he a bad
you're not
guy?
that big of a Batman friend or fan.
Well, they're usually our besties. They're in the Justice League together, and like
they're not friends in Lego Batman. So,
well, this is going to be a problem if your only sources of knowledge is from Lego Batman.
I love Lego Batman.
It is good, but it's not the.
Okay.
It's not the most accurate source. Okay.
Where I know all my Batman from. Okay.
Which is fair. It's a good one. I love Will Arnett too, just in general.
He's so funny.
Yeah, he's super funny.
He's so funny. I can't believe he was married to what's her name?
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Leslie. No,
that's
but like,
perfect
her real name.
though.
I know.
Yeah.
I love them both.
Have you seen BoJack Horseman?
No.
He's so good.
I
He's
feel
so
like
good in that.
It kind of has like the same vibe as Rick and Morty to me.
Yeah.
Where like toxic men love it. No offense, but like they're like, oh, I identify with this shitty character. I'm not saying you do, but I feel like that's like the opinions I hear of the show. So again, it's one of those things I'm kind of on strike for.
That's fair. I think that it does kind of have Rick and Morty vibes, but the thing is that it's just so sad, and it's like it's mostly like I watched it, and it just like every episode I just come out depressed, and it's kind of like the same thing as Breaking Bad, where like. The main character is like
shitty.
Sucks and like then people are like, but he's kind of cool. But I don't think he's cool.
I don't.
He's just like an evil person. But
that's
Will Arnett is super good.
He's so funny.
Such a good voice actor in that.
Okay, let's get started. I'm really excited to hear about Let Men Speak. You know,
finally I get a chance.
You get to have a voice.
I've been waiting. Yeah,
such a suppressed voice as yourself. I'm really glad you get to speak. Yeah.
Okay, so I figured I'll just tell you this is not completely accurate probably because I just wrote down a bunch of notes from my brain of what I remember.
There's order. If you guys could see how long this list of notes
and the thing is that most of them are just like he starts and then it's like but I have to start out talking like,
multiple pages.
No,
it's
not multiple
and the text is small and single spaced.
She's exaggerating, but it is a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Let's get this thing going.
So picture this, okay? It's a night out. The Waynes are going out to a movie, okay? The dad, Thomas Wayne, is a doctor.
Okay.
But he's also owns a company called Wayne Enterprises, okay? That is worth billions of dollars. It's like
he's Dr. Anna.
He's what?
He's both.
He's a doctor and a businessman. It depends what universe it is, but usually it's I
have to ask a question later. I'm really confused about comics that way.
Okay, yeah, I can explain.
Okay.
But it usually is like a medical company, and so he started out with as a doctor, and then like became a CEO of a medical company, which is worth like a lot of money.
Okay.
And then
I see.
Martha Wayne is his mom. I don't know if she has a job or anything. It doesn't matter because they go to see a movie. Okay. It usually is Zorro. The Mask of Zorro.
They have a specific movie.
Yeah, because it's like it came out in like the 60s or something, and they like
that's funny.
Count out.
It's not funny.
Yeah, it's not funny because then they go out into an alleyway, okay, and a robber comes up. Sometimes his name is Joe Chill. Sometimes he's just a random guy, but he comes up and he goes to rob him, and then like Thomas Wayne is like, "No, don't rob me. Like, don't just stop." And then he shoots both of them, and he takes all their money and he runs away.
While the kid is there.
And he leaves, but he leaves Bruce Wayne. It's really sad, yeah.
That's super fucked up if you think about it, because I've heard the story, obviously. It's fucked up that, like, there's a child there.
Yeah.
Like,
and he still killed both
I guess it's
the
fucked
parents.
up to kill someone.
And no matter
Anyways,
what, but it sucks to leave a kid.
They like he looks at the kid. He's like, no,
I'll
I'm
leave.
gonna like.
I'll leave him as I don't know
crazy.
why. It was just so that's supposed to really represent like just like crime can like affect anyone and like a random act will like affect someone's life.
Okay.
So then Bruce Wayne is raised by Alfred, their butler. And so Alfred becomes pretty much just his like father figure.
Okay.
And then he grows up, and once he turns like 18, he goes and he trains with like, I think like usually it's like Tibetan monks or just like martial arts people. And he trains for like 8 years to be really good at like everything.
Why does he go train with the monks? Just like for fun?
No, because he wants, oh, sorry. I kind of.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No. So yeah, he wants to devote his whole life to like stopping crime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 'Cause, like he doesn't want that to happen to anybody else ever again.
Is that why the Joker's like such a big enemy because he creates chaos or whatever?
Yeah, and
okay,
he like
cool.
because the thing about the Joker's like almost the opposite, where like
Yes,
all he
I
wants
see.
to do is just like
That's kind of cool.
yeah, it's really no, it's just kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool.
So the other thing is like so since his parents were killed, he like has a huge no kill rule like even with any of his bad guys because he doesn't want to. He just like ever since his parents died, he doesn't want to do that to anybody else, no matter even if it's a bad guy. So he like has a no kill rule and a no like he never uses guns or anything similar to that.
Really?
Yeah.
He has no weapons?
No, he has weapons, but not guns. So like he'll use, but the weapons are like all like, they're pretty much. The thing is that like I hate cops, but Batman is kind of like
a cop.
Yeah, but he doesn't support like killing, which is like
he's
the
a
big problem.
vigilante.
Yeah, and like he does beat up people, like
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of car explosions in a lot of those movies. I feel like people.
But I disagree with. But
die.
We'll get to those two because those are Zack Snyder movies that I hate.
Oh, okay.
So and I hate Zack Snyder, but
okay.
But they're Sorry, I had to. This is hard to go do the presentation.
It's hard. It is hard. It's hard. Especially like if you do something interesting like Twilight. Like there's a lot of details and complexities. Yeah.
Exactly. And this one is just like there's like a million different like
universes.
timelines.
Oh wait,
and,
can I ask this question
yeah.
or do you think it's too unorganized if I ask this question?
No,
now?
go ahead. Yeah.
What do you mean when you say in some versions? Because also Jonah was explaining like he had this comic where Superman dies.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only in like one universe or something.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is it just so they can create more stories or like
well so like
that confuses me.
They like so they'll do like a continuity and like they'll like start with like this is the story and it'll go and then like another author, like a comic book author will write a different story like similar times, but they'll be like slightly different versions and stuff. So then like there's like a lot of different versions. There's like stories like
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that?
It's like the same thing.
Okay.
Where it's like, yeah, like there's like Spider-Man noir and like all that. There's people write different stories.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing though, because then like people will like argue like this is the most comic book accurate, but
yeah,
it's like
that
it's only
confuses me
specific
too.
to one.
Like what makes one more accurate than the other? Because if there's so many different stories, that doesn't.
It's just like, yeah, like there'll be like a certain version of the character that you like the most or like you like are like that's the character. And then like if they adapt that certain one, then they're like that's the one. That's the best one.
And not just because
and
I
do
so.
that.
Okay.
so it's not even fair. So once he comes back from training, he like they say he masters like every like type of martial arts and all that stuff. So he's really good. And he comes back and before he's Batman, he's just a guy. And he's like, I'm gonna go out and stop crime. And he goes out and then the first time he goes out, he gets his ass kicked like super bad.
Can you imagine just being like, I'm just gonna go beat people up?
Yeah, it's so weird. It is real. That's like the thing is like, he's like such an interesting guy because like who would do that?
You know what's a good idea? I am going to go.
I'm gonna
go
fight people.
I'm gonna
and
fight
all he
people.
does like this isn't from like a specific comic that I read. It's called Batman Year One, and he just puts like a balaclava on. And then
funny.
like or a baklava, I don't know how to say that, but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and he just goes out and he gets his ass kicked, and then it's like what?
Well,
I don't know. He just wanted to stop him, I guess. And then he goes back and he like, oh yeah, like in his childhood in some stories he like falls in a pit.
I've seen that in one of the movies.
In the Batman Begins, yeah. And like he's really afraid of bats. So then when he goes back home, he sees a bat after he's like got his ass kicked, and he's like, wow, bats are scary. And he's like, I think the best way to like stop criminals
Wow.
is to be scary. So then he dresses up as a bat.
That's very
And that's
powerful.
Kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like explaining it sounds really silly.
It's great. I think it's great.
Anyways, so yeah, he becomes Batman. Then he gets like there's like villains that come. The Joker starts out as the Red Hood. He puts on like a red hood, and then he fights. And then the Batman comes in, and they're fighting, and he gets pushed into like a vat of acid, and he becomes the Joker.
Oh, okay.
But remember the Red Hood, okay?
Okay,
because
that's important later.
It's important later. He starts working with Jim Gordon. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I have.
I love
got
that
the glasses.
guy. Yeah, he's mustache with glasses guy.
Also, his daughter is the police commissioner in Lego Batman.
Oh yeah, sometimes that's Barbara Gordon.
Yeah,
who also
she's in Lego Batman.
Yeah, I love her too. She's a good character. So him and Jim Gordon work together. Jim Gordon, so like in Gotham, all the police are supposed to be like pretty corrupt and like evil people, which is kind of tight.
Yeah,
that's not
never
tight,
heard of that before.
Yeah,
it's really original.
Like, yeah, I don't. How would that happen?
That's crazy.
But anyways,
absurd.
So that's the good thing about Batman is that the cops are bad too. Okay. So at least that gives me some support for him.
I did watch the Dark Knight movies.
Yeah, those are really good. I think
they were pretty good.
Yeah,
I did actually like them. Fine.
There's some things I don't like, but do you remember Liam Neeson then from that movie?
No.
So he plays a guy named Ra's al Ghul. It depends. I don't know. People say it different. But which is funny.
Is he like his trainer?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So
I
in
do
that
remember
one,
that.
he trains with the League of Assassins, which is sometimes the thing that they do. Actually, I think they call it something else like the League of Shadows, but it's called the League of Assassins usually. And
it's very creative. It is. It's nice. No, I think it's nice. It's creative and nice.
No, it is. I think that it's kind of cool. So they're like this evil organization that like wants Ra's al Ghul wants to like own Gotham.
Okay.
And he's been like alive for like hundreds of years because he uses this thing called the Lazarus Pit, which you go in and it like brings you back to life. Wow. It like gives you life, but it like takes away some of your like humanity, I think.
Do you turn into a baby when you go through?
No,
or, like,
no.
How does that work?
I think it's like kind of like the Fountain of Youth, but not like that. Okay. Like it doesn't make you younger, but I think it gives you like. So I think if he gets close to dying, then he takes that. Then he's like has more life. So you stay in like
your mid 40s for like eternity.
For him, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's super consistent with that though, because they use it for like a lot of different stuff. But anyways, he's like a psycho, but he also has a daughter named Talia al Ghul. Okay. And she's kind of hot, and Batman meets her, and they have like a short little thing, even though she's like really evil. But he still like sleeps with her.
With some ladies.
Yeah, which is interesting because he's like a guy that like he like can't fall in love, and like always when he's Bruce Wayne, it seems like a persona, but then like he also does like actually sleep with girls and stuff. But it's like,
which to me he does not seem appealing, like a quiet, grumpy, like
yeah, I know
guy. Well, I guess I don't know.
Maybe like because he'll put on a front that he's like a fuck boy and like kind of cool.
Okay, I see.
Like like Christian Bale does, where he's like,
where
he's like, I just bought the whole hotel or whatever. Do you remember that part?
That, no.
Oh, okay.
But
he does.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And then so he sleeps with Talia, but then they kind of break up because she's like a murderer, which is the thing, because like
that's his one thing.
He hates that.
Can't be a murderer.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, he meets Selena Kyle, who's.
I do know who that is.
Who is it?
That's Catwoman.
It is Catwoman.
Yes, I do really like Catwoman.
All the girlies love Catwoman, I think, because she's cool.
She's cool.
Yeah.
And she's kind of just got like a fuck 'em attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that about her.
She's like a criminal, but Batman still likes her. I think they like in a lot of stories they fall in love as Selena Kyle and Bruce Wayne and separately, nice. And then they both feel guilty like they're cheating on each other.
I love that trope a lot.
Yeah, it's really cute.
That's very fun.
I like it a lot.
And they don't realize. Yeah,
they
I
don't
love
realize,
that actually.
But then like Batman will realize that like he figures out first, and then he feels bad still. But it's really cute.
Lying. Okay.
But then a lot of stories like they're the ones that like actually like want to end up together, but then Batman can't give up like being Batman. So then she like breaks up with him. Which is
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they like go on and off and date, and then. So I think like it depends how long, but like he's like kind of like an older Batman now. Like he's like probably like mid-30s, and he started like mid-20s, and he goes to.
So he's Batman for a long time.
He's Batman. This is the other funny thing about Batman is that he does it for like 20 years, okay? And like every time he goes out, he'll get some kind of like injury. But and like if it was like cuz he would be like a football player with like
I was
crazy
just about to say
CTE.
football player.
Yeah. And he like if it was real, like he could probably do this for like 2 years.
Yep,
And then like
honestly.
he would be like
football players, like you're like ancient if you're in your 30s all of
Yeah.
a sudden. Like, oh, that guy's old. Like, what?
and he like will just like forget how to do math and stuff.
No, literally.
But that's the other thing. Like he's supposed to be
He doesn't
super
need to.
smart and like
Oh,
planning super far ahead and like
Wow.
everything. But
Genius.
real life, he would be
Not
he wouldn't
okay.
be able to tell colors. So, anyways, when he's like mid-30s, he goes to this carnival to see the Flying Graysons. Okay, and
Okay.
when he's up there, two of the two parents, it's like a family. It's 3 people, and the 2 parents go to do one trick. And they both fall and they die. They both die right in front of him. And the kid is like an orphan and like super sad. And Batman adopts him. And that kid is Dick Grayson.
It's Robin, right?
Oh, you don't have any joke? I thought for
I was
sure we were
thinking-
gonna make a
dick joke.
Yeah,
I
but
did think about that, but I thought
It's been
I want to be respectful to your story.
No, it's fine.
But-
it's just probably it's been done a lot too. Everyone makes the dick joke.
Well, I do think a lot actually, because I've known a lot of Dicks and Richards in my
Really?
life. Actually, more than the average person, I would say.
Oh.
How does the name Richard become Dick?
I have no idea.
Like, truly.
It's actually great.
I think I have known 4 Dicks total in my life. And
Yeah.
since I was little, like
That's a
around like
lot.
10 or
That's
11,
so
and I was
many.
like, Dick?
How did we get there? It's crazy. I don't know.
yeah. So the name Dick has always been interesting to me.
Yeah.
And then some of the Dicks I know prefer the name Dick.
Which is wild. Which so does this guy. He's like, yeah.
Prefers Dick. Call me Dick, please.
Please,
No,
it's Dick.
please, it's Dick.
My father was Richard. I'm Dick.
I am Dick.
Anyways, yeah. So he adopts him. He becomes Robin.
Okay.
And he wants him to not turn out like him, which is like his whole thing. Because like he's like a broken guy, so he wants Dick to be like a normal, like grow up normally, but he still makes him
Classic
Robin,
fatherhood.
which is weird. And like in a lot of stories, because like he adopts a lot of kids to become Robin, like 3 or 4, and a lot of stories it's like he's like the abusive dad, which I don't love that because I love Batman.
That's
but-
also kind of psychotic.
no, yeah.
Like, let's like adopt multiple kids and see who can pass
and
the
then
test.
you're like, you
if
should
not,
fight these guys.
Yeah.
yeah. In like, but anyways, Robin, he's like a better Batman, and like,
Okay.
because like he's like way more positive, and he ends up
Okay.
starting like the Teen Titans and like having other
oh,
adventures and
I
stuff.
love the Teen
Yeah,
Titans cartoon.
it's really
I
good.
loved that.
I love that one too.
I've never made the connection that
Yeah,
that's the
it's
same
Dick
Robin.
Grayson.
Wow.
yeah,
That's Dick, huh?
it's Dick.
That's Dick for you.
While he's Robin, I think Barbara Gordon finds out that like these people are Batman and Robin.
Okay.
So then he makes her Batgirl, and then they all fight crime together, and Jim Gordon doesn't know about it. And then one day, the Joker shows up to Barbara Gordon's house, and he shoots her, and she becomes
God.
paralyzed. Yeah, which
Oh
is
my
really
God.
sad. It's a super sad story. And then she becomes Oracle, which is like Batman's guy in the chair, pretty much. And she's kind of badass like that, but it's always sad. I always thought that's like,
So fucked.
Yeah.
I do feel like the women's stories in these are so violent and kind of fucked. Like,
Yeah.
if you think about it, like the women's backstories in these are always
a lot.
so
Yeah, it's like.
violent and fucked
And
up.
she just got shot and paralyzed.
Yeah.
And now she can't do her crime fighting that she liked to do.
That she liked to do
Yeah.
with her friend Batman and Robin.
But she still gets to be Oracle. She's super helpful. And she dated Dick for a while, too. Which they were like
Isn't
a
he
thing.
a child?
No, they were both kids. They're like 16 in
Well,
this.
in
each.
Lego Batman, Barbara dates Batman.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's another in other universes because it's kind of weird because all the people in the Bat family are supposed to be like their kids or his kids.
That does make it weird.
And
yeah,
then like in a
because-
lot of stories, then it's like there's a movie called The Killing Joke, which is like an adaptation of the story where she gets shot. But in that
so
one,
many movies.
yeah, I've seen. Yeah, it's kind of bad. I've seen like most. Yeah, even like the cartoon ones, but just embarrassing. But yeah, in that movie, he's like a father figure to her, but then they hook up still, and it's really gross. Like I did not like it, but usually it's not like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, so and then so yeah, that happens, and then Dick he becomes Nightwing. Have you heard of that?
No.
So he becomes his own like superhero. He goes to a different town and he's like their Batman there.
Okay.
But he still will like come back and help. But while that's happening,
Change costumes? Like, why does he have a different persona in each place? I'm just curious.
So he's Robin, and he wants to like graduate from being Robin because it's like Batman or Robin is his sidekick, so he wants to become his own guy. So it's like
when you come home to your parents' house for the holidays.
Yeah,
you're being an adult, and then you have to go ask if you can.
Yeah, exactly. So he goes and becomes Nightwing, which is like, it's like a thing from Superman because Superman's supposed to be his like role model too. And I don't remember exactly something like that, but
there has to be some parental jealousy there. I don't think Batman and Superman are friends.
They are friends. And a lot of stories people think they want them to date actually.
They're in love.
Which I don't think.
Oh, so Batman and Superman are in love. Okay.
Now you're in?
Yes. Enemy. I love the enemies to lover trope.
Yeah, I wish. No. Anyways, since Batman, he doesn't have a Robin now, some guy comes and he starts stealing the tires off of the Batmobile, and Batman catches him, and he makes this guy Robin too. He adopts him. It's like an orphan.
The Robin thing is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, he kidnaps people and forces them
He
to
doesn't
fight.
kidnap. Like, I mean, I'm skipping a lot, but there's like, he like brings them in, and then they usually want to be Robin, which is weird too.
It's kind of like when people are like using their kids for YouTube content. Like, you have
That's
kids
pretty funny.
so they can further your career.
Yeah,
it's
he's
kind
like,
of what this is.
He's like, I'm kind of tired, and it would be nice if like this kid would help me
Batman's
out.
kind of like a mommy blogger or like a YouTube family. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting is that. Like, okay, so to me it does seem like Batman is like a YouTube mommy blogger. Like, he has these kids so he can further his career.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
like, I'm a little bit of a has-been now. You know what would help kids?
Some little ass kids to do my work.
Not to take care of or to love, but to
Well, the funny thing is because
me.
he does adopt them, and then they live at like the Wayne Manor. He doesn't. It's Alfred take care of them.
Yeah.
Though. Grandpa.
No, literally.
Grandpa
like,
Alfred
I'm
does
sorry. He's not parenting the kids.
No,
he's making the kids fight.
He's like a father figure, but like he's like really tough on them because he's like crazy Batman and like wants them to be the best. And then like so you see, it's a little toxic.
Batman's a bad dad.
Yeah,
is what I'm getting.
Kinda. Yeah, it depends on the story, but yeah,
generally.
But anyways, he adopts this kid Jason Todd, who's like an orphan, but he's also like he's more angsty and like violent, and he like
he's
challenges.
No dick.
He's
no dick.
He's a dick in a different way, yeah. But he wants to be. He like doesn't agree with the no killing rule a ton, and like, but he never kills. But he always is like, maybe we should. Maybe
why would you give a kid weapons at that point then?
Yeah. It's like way more violent. Like, usually they just try and like knock out a guy, but he'll like beat them up really hard. And Batman's always like, hey, stop doing
Jason,
that.
this isn't you, Jason.
And then,
is he still Robin?
Yeah, he's Robin.
Okay.
So he's the new Robin.
He's bad Robin.
Dick is Nightwing at this point. But Dick is like his older brother. Like, they're really close and stuff.
Okay, cool.
But then...
You'd have to be if your dad was an asshole.
Yeah, you guys got to band together.
Yeah.
So then they're fighting the Joker or like they get like news that the Joker is going to do something. And Batman is like, we need to like prep more. And Jason is like, I'm just going to go out there. So Jason goes and he gets kidnapped because it was a trap. And he gets kidnapped. And then the Joker like takes a video and he beats Jason to death with a crowbar.
Oh
and
my
Jason
God.
Todd dies. And it's like super gruesome.
Holy shit.
Well, Sometimes it's a bomb, but usually it's a crowbar, which is
Again,
like
with
really brutal.
Wait, okay, back to the storyline thing. So basically, people just decide to retell the same story.
Yeah.
Just differently?
Like, yeah, because, the first time, I think it was a crowbar, because, like, it's actually pretty funny. So, Jason Todd was
funny?
Well, like, yeah, I mean, it's a comic book, but... So, Jason is kidnapped at the very end of the issue, okay? And then they're like... Vote on your phones, like text this number if you think Jason Todd should die or if he should live.
That's so scary.
And everyone voted for him to die because people didn't like him because he was like a replacement for Dick and he wasn't like as like fun and cool. So they
Wait,
just
what
killed him.
time frame did this story take place then?
This one was like really like a long time ago. Like I think it was like in the 80s
But they
or
had
90s.
phones. Oh, so you had to call in.
Yeah, you like called and you were like,
So you really
kill
had
him.
to make a point to like have this
And a lot
character
of-
die.
I think that it ended up being pretty close. Like it was like within 5 votes or something. But they
Damn.
voted to kill Jason.
If you were born, would you have voted to kill Jason?
No, I love Jason, which now I do because I guess maybe because of later stuff. But anyways,
Interesting.
so he dies. And
Because
then
of the will of the people.
because of the will of people
Okay.
and that Batman, and then Batman catches him and he just puts the Joker in jail. Jason Todd is dead. And then
Womp
Batman
womp.
keeps doing his thing. At some point he joins the Justice League and he starts it, but he like is like
He
always
starts
a,
the Justice League?
yeah, with
Okay.
like Superman and stuff. But he's
His
like
boyfriend.
a part-time member. He has a boyfriend.
Okay.
His bestie. And then while he's fighting, this other kid, I hate this kid by the way. His name is Tim Drake. He bugs
This
me.
kid sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he like finds out that Batman is Bruce Wayne, and
Okay.
then like he like is like he like oh yeah,
She's so cute.
She is cute.
Hi.
Hey, what do you think?
What's going on?
She's just happy. She's just happy.
She's so cute. Every day I see her. You'd think I'd get used to her. I see her every day for 5 months. Every time I'm like, oh my God. Wow.
Wow, you're so cute.
She is so cute.
Yeah.
Is she taking a nap? Good luck. Godspeed.
She's too stimulated right now.
Like there's things to do.
Okay.
People to see.
Tim Drake is great though.
Oh, he likes Tim Drake.
Jonah likes Tim Drake.
I just think it's like kind of annoying because like so he finds out that Batman is Bruce Wayne and then he goes up to him. He's like, "I'm gonna tell everybody if you don't let me be Robin." So then
I think he's
eventually
just
he becomes-
opportunistic.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
networking.
So. I guess so, and like a lot of people do like him. So then he becomes Robin because he pressures him, and like that's pretty much all for him. I don't know that much about him because I don't like.
Because you don't like him.
Yeah, 'cause it's kind of
Okay.
buggy. Anyways, while he's Robin, this guy, a new guy shows up called the Red Hood again, which is what the Joker used to be
Oh.
called. And this guy
Interesting.
just starts killing everybody. Like, but he kills like bad guys and good guys. So like he just starts shooting like. He goes up to the mob and he just like kills like a bunch of them. And he's like a really bad guy, okay?
That's like the Joker.
Yeah, he's pretty much like the Joker, but he also kills
Interesting.
bad guys. And then Batman fights him, and then it turns out that the Red Hood is Jason Todd, brought back to the life using the Lazarus Pit from
Oh,
Ra's al Ghul.
wow.
Yeah,
I see. So we're going all the way back to the origin.
yeah,
With his fucked up son.
Yeah.
The forgotten son who died. Comes
So-
back to life.
yeah. And he comes back to life as what the Joker used to be. the
And he
Red
lost
Hood.
some humanity because he went through the pit.
Was
I
went through the
see.
pit, yeah.
Wow.
And it's cool. And then he's super upset with Batman because he didn't kill the Joker after the Joker killed him.
I mean, I was going to say that actually.
he
Like
should've.
if someone killed my child, that's so violent. But like if that
No, like,
happened to
you would
me,
kill them. And if you
no
were Batman,
hesitation. Like
Yeah.
literally, I wouldn't even give it like a second thought. I would not put that person in jail, especially if I was a superhero. I'd be
Yeah.
like, well,
and Batman is like he could kill any like he's super
yes.
yeah like that's
he could
his
get
thing.
away with it. Like honestly, like no
I
one
know.
would blame him.
So yeah, so that's like so then they have really like a lot of beef.
Fair.
And then, like yeah,
I think that's fair.
yeah, and then like in the story, Jason Todd goes to kill the Joker. And Batman saves the Joker from.
Hmm. Oh,
like, it's like
I'd be
he's kind
pissed.
of.
I'd be
like,
so mad. I'd be
Yeah.
mad. Bad dad.
I know, and well, like he just sticks to his rules, even though he's not like a very good person. But I think like
That's the other thing about
Yeah.
it for me. Is like, okay, maybe if he was like some like high and mighty person in general, he's not.
yeah, which I think is the
Not to
reason
shit
that
on
he
your
wants
friend
to.
Batman,
No,
but-
it's fine because I think there's a lot of bad things about him, which is kind of that's why I kind of like him because
Okay.
it's like
He's
more
imperfect.
interesting. Yeah. So after that, Tim Drake is Robin, okay, and then another kid comes in, and his name is Damian Wayne. Okay, it's his son from Talia. It's Talia.
Oh.
Talia al Ghul's daughter or son.
Wow, his first girlfriend's
Yeah,
son.
so he had a kid. She never told him, and then he
Hmm.
was raised, and he's like kind of like a little punk because he was raised as an assassin, and he's like the youngest one of them all. He's like
So
supposed
how
to be like
many
8.
kids does Batman have?
He technically has 4 kids, but only one of them is his real kid.
Biological child.
Actually, I don't even think he adopts Tim because I think Tim has parents, so he only
Okay.
has 3 pretty much, and it's Dick,
Okay.
Jason, and Damian. But Damian's his real kid, and then
Wow.
Yeah, and Damien like wants to kill people really badly because he was raised by the
he's
League of
8 years old?
Assassins. Yeah, which is
Kind of
crazy.
funny. Like, if you
But
ever
he's,
met
like,
an 8-year-old,
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
okay, kid, like,
Yeah.
calm down.
I know, and then like in like the movies and comics and stuff, he's like super good, like because he was trained from a little kid, but he's supposed to be like 8 years old.
That's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
and it's like I don't know, but yeah,
Okay.
and then that's pretty much it. Eventually, there's like two or three endings for Batman that there usually is. One that he retires as Batman and he gets really lonely because none of his kids want to hang out with him anymore. Well, yeah. And then this one kid comes in named Terry, and that's like, it's called Batman Beyond. It's like a show, but like, and he like mentors that kid. I haven't even watched that show really. Or then there's the Batman from The Dark Knight Returns, which is like, he's like a really old, huge guy, and he comes back and he like kills the Joker at the very end.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then there's one where he's just happy and he ends up with Catwoman, and that's it. Those are like
so
pretty much the
Catwoman
three.
is Endgame for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Which is like the best ending, but it never happened.
Wait, who is the woman that in the Dark Knight he goes, "Where are they? Where are they?"
where's
Who is
Rachel?
that? Yeah, Rachel.
Rachel. That's like they just made her up pretty much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lame.
I don't know. Like I don't know who Rachel
That's
is.
Matt. Is that Maggie Gyllenhaal? It is.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, it
Maggie
is, yeah.
Gyllenhaal. Well,
But yeah, they made up a lot of stuff for the Dark Knight movies.
can't they? Because so all of it's made up though.
Yeah, but I mean, like
So-
they just made it, but it's not like from
So
any
what do you
Batman
mean
stuff.
they made up? Like they can
Well,
make
they just
anything
like
up,
like they just made their own version. Like they didn't copy
like everyone
anything.
else did.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Kind of. I just
But there's certain things that are like, I guess we can go through the movies really quick.
okay.
So in 1966, okay, there's a TV show / movie called, it's just Batman, but it's Adam West, and it's like he just wears pajamas.
Oh yeah,
and
I've
it's
seen the
super
pictures
silly.
of that.
So everyone
Silly
thought
goofy.
that Batman was just like a silly guy until 1989 when Tim Burton made the Batman 1989 with Michael Keaton. Have you seen that?
What's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer is.
Yeah, she's
Catwoman,
Catwoman.
yeah.
That's in the second one. But in
Oh,
those
okay.
two, those ones are like more dark and like
Like
more like a
creepy?
more serious tone. Yeah. Even though there's some like weird there's like Asian stereotypes and
Ooh.
stuff.
Yeah.
But-
well, Tim Burton and the 80s.
Yeah, it was
So,
not a good
yeah, I
combo.
assume it's not.
But those movies are pretty good for how old they are. I like them a lot. Yeah. But then after that, Tim Burton quit and he didn't want to make a third one. So then they made a third sequel with a different director and a different Batman. It's Val Kilmer, and it is not good. It is so bad. Yeah. They got Val Kilmer to do it. It's like the third of the movies, but it's like a different guy. Yeah, and then right after that they did. Yeah. That's what I was about to say that. Yeah. The next one, and then they do George Clooney, which is even worse. So they made it like super, because the first two were really like serious and good, and then the last two were like really campy and ridiculous, and they suck pretty bad. So pretty much for a Batman movie, you just make him not kill
Okay.
and make him look kind of cool, and that's it. That's all
Okay.
I asked
And make
for.
him look kind of cool.
Yeah. So I think in the Michael Keaton ones, he just like
He's not cool enough.
no, he's cool. The only thing is he can't move his neck, so he kind of does like that, which is like super weird. But
That's funny.
yeah, and he also like just like drops a bomb in like a facility
Right.
and kills like a bunch of people.
Well, some of the car chases, I'm like, people definitely die in those. Like, I've only seen
yeah.
the Dark Knight movies, but like, people die.
No, for sure.
in
And then
those.
like, so yeah, and then Christopher Nolan makes the Dark Knight, the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
The way that at the very end it's crazy because he's in the bus with Liam Neeson or in the subway, and he's like, and it's about to crash, and he's like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. And then he jumps out of the train, and then Liam Neeson dies. But it's like
Pretty vague.
you killed him for sure. Like I think if you.
I mean, if you're gonna talk that way, you could kill a lot of people.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
well, like I pushed him in front of the train,
But the train killed
but
him.
the train, yeah, exactly. Like that's
like-
a little vague.
Because then, like, in, like, that one story, like, he goes out of his way to save the Joker from getting killed by Jason.
Right.
But then in this
Who
story...
killed your child?
Yeah.
You're
So
the
if-
little
yeah.
person who killed your kid. You're gonna save them, but this guy, yeah. Okay.
I think it just makes him a less interesting character if he can, like... if he
Yeah,
can let
because
people
then the no killing rule is just very
it's
like
really
like
if I feel like it, I'll save you. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Classic
that's why I think it's not a
manipulation
good
of
Batman.
rules. Yeah. Okay.
And then Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight is so good.
Really good.
That Joker, I like that Joker a lot. He's like,
he's good.
He's different than like most Jokers, like because he's like
in like a good way.
Yeah, but in like a way that works really good in that movie.
Because the wrong person could make that so.
No,
terrible,
exactly. Like that type of
different.
Joker. Yeah, exactly.
But he did such a good job.
I think it was really good. I liked. Yeah, I don't love like making Gotham just like Chicago. Like it's kind of weird because like usually Gotham is like this horrible, gross, like unsavable place kind of like. So it makes Batman like trying to stop all the crime like it makes it seem like hopeless and like he'll never be able to stop. But then that one I'm like. There's just like some muggings probably.
Yeah,
like not
like
that
any
much.
city, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why.
What do you think of Jared Leto as the
terrible.
Joker?
It like there's like ways that could be good, like, but it's like so bad.
It's also just Jared Leto. Like, I just can't not see.
Exactly. Like when I see
he's such a weird person.
Like
Heath
I'm just Ledger
like,
with the makeup. Like I literally can't tell that's
no.
Heath Ledger.
He's so
like,
good.
But then Jared Leto just like.
Also,
he
just
wanted to be an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's one point where he laughs and it's like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
the worst.
lost it.
Laugh.
Watching that movie, I was like, oh, God. Like, oh.
I hate it so.
It's so icky.
Yeah. Ugh, yeah. So anyways, that actually will lead in. The next one is they call it the Snyderverse because you know Zack Snyder?
Yes.
He's the director for those movies. I hate this guy.
Yeah,
because
he sucks.
He wanted to direct or what was it? Oh, the first one he did was Superman, which
did he do the
he
Superman
did
movies?
Man of Steel.
Those were bad.
Yeah, he did.
Those were really
Man
bad.
of Steel is really
I actually
bad.
really like Superman. I think I just grew up like my dad really liked Superman, and I liked like as far as like
Superman is awesome.
Like classic superhero. Like I really liked those movies, and that movie, Man of Steel, sucked.
Because like it's crazy to be like I want to direct the Superman movie, which is like Superman is like the nicest, most positive, like really cool guy, but he's like, but I'm gonna make Superman like really unlikable, and like an asshole.
And also,
kinda.
I also feel like it's like not to like discredit, but like it's pretty easy to do a superhero movie.
Yeah,
like, the storylines are pretty like spelled out for you.
Yeah,
and somehow he made it not make sense and like not very good.
Yeah,
like I feel like there's such a like a blueprint for these kind of movies, and somehow he fucked
Superman.
it up. Especially
Superman. Is
Superman.
so easy. Like all you gotta do is just be like, Superman is cool, like a nice guy, but then he just
and
so bad.
It's hard to make that confusing.
Yeah,
and he did somehow.
I know.
Yeah,
because Superman should just follow the blueprint. And it would
I mean,
like,
he's the most like cookie
crazy.
cutter.
Anyway, so he makes that movie, and then he makes Batman vs Superman, which is
I never saw that, but I've
like,
heard
Ben
not
Affleck
good things.
Like could be a good Batman, I think, but the way that they dress him to me, I just can't see him.
Funny.
Have you seen it?
No.
He's just a big like. I think they put like a bunch of muscle pads, but he just looks so chubby.
That's so
and
funny.
Like his mass like goes all the way up here, and he just looks like chunky. And I just don't know why they would make that.
Well, Ben Affleck is also
super
special. That guy's odd.
I feel like he could be a good Batman if like if I just.
I see the appeal. I see where they like picked him.
I just never could. I never could get behind it, and then they just made it. And like also Ben Affleck just dead ass kills people. Like he has a gun on his. He gets in a gun on his helicopter or something, and he just shoots cars, and they blow up. And then
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Zack Snyder specifically said in an interview, he was like, "Well, I don't think." Like, I think more of it, like, the explosion killed the person, not Batman. Which
Again,
is, like,
with
that's crazy.
He literally shot the cars. I don't remember where I got this information, but someone was talking about how superhero movies are turning into, like, old Western movies. Like, when people started making Western movies, they were, like, so cool. People loved them, so many people made them.
Yeah.
That was just so overdone. No one, like, when's the last time you've seen, like, a Western? Like, maybe one or two in the past, like, 20 years.
Probably not even.
And I feel like that's the route that, like, superhero movies are going to. Like, people are getting so sick of them that they're just going to be, like, a thing of, like, our time period. Like, oh, that was when people made superhero movies. Because, like,
I know.
They're so overdone at this point.
Hopefully they can just stop making them the same way, like every single one. It's annoying.
It is. It's rough.
Yeah.
And like it's like the Disney Channel humor The like, he's right behind me, isn't he? Kind of thing. Like, it just never ends.
Well, speaking of, that's why I really like the Batman, because I feel like it's not that same like Marvel formula where it's like, it's more of like a detective like mystery movie than a.
Oh, you mean like the Batman with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, the 2022, I think.
That one, okay.
Yeah, because that one is a lot different, and that one is like more like that Gotham is like one that I feel like that was a grimy. It was grimy and gross and like.
I've only seen the first 15 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And then last week you said.
And I was on a plane. Wait, did I lie?
Well, last week you said, I don't really like that movie.
Well, yeah, because I could only get through the first 15 minutes.
And
I was on an airplane, so I had nothing else to do.
That's like a pretty bad time to watch it, though. I guess.
I don't know. I feel like I tried to watch the Elvis movie on a plane, too, because I was like, if I'm ever going to watch this movie, it's going to be now. I've got nothing else to do. That's when I like make myself watch movies. I like to I don't want to really watch, but I want to be able to like talk about because everyone talks about them. So I tried it with the Elvis movie. Could not. That movie was something else. Bad. Which like I usually like Baz Luhrmann movies. Moulin Rouge is directed by that guy, and I really like that movie. Elvis was not. I got so confused so fast. Also.
Yeah, what did you think of the Batman?
The Batman, I was so bored.
Really?
Yeah. They're
crazy.
Like interrogating the guy in the beginning. I think. I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Or like he just comes into the room. They're like, Batman's here, and he just like sulks around the
that
room.
Part's
like
so good.
I thought it was kind of silly. Like they're just like I don't know.
I mean, I guess they're all going to be silly in a way because it's a guy dressed as a bat.
Yeah.
So you kind of just have to accept it. And
that's what I think is also funny about Batman is it's so unserious and serious at the same time.
That is like, because like.
It's very contradicting of itself. Which is why I like Lego Batman.
Yeah, that's why you have to believe it's in a story. Because like, if you think about it in real life, that would be crazy. Yeah. No, I mean, it's hard. And it's also hard because I just grew up. Like, I've always. I remember I had to do a wedding. I was the ring bearer, and I really didn't want to do it. But my dad was the guy, like, marrying them.
Oh, the officiant.
Yeah, and he was like, if you do it, I'll give you this. And it was a Batman flashlight.
Oh, that's
and I was like,
so funny.
All right, I'm in. And
I have a job to do. The city needs me. I have to.
And then I was Batman.
You felt like
And
Batman.
I walked up the aisle, and I grabbed the flashlight, and I was like, no way. And I shined it on all the
That's so funny.
So anyways, I've been a fan my whole life.
An advocate for Batman, if you will. Well, that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Wow. It seems like he's a very complex dude.
He is.
With a lot of parental issues and a lot of fucking up other children.
Yeah, which makes sense. Generational
Trauma, that's the word.
He was traumatized as a kid, so he doesn't know how to be a parent to these little kids.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm glad I finally got to use all that
information in your brain.
I don't have that many people to talk to. I only have like Kate, and that's it.
Avery's sister.
Yeah. That's all I got.
Who in a way also kind of has to listen to you.
Yeah.
She's well, I guess not.
Well, she likes it too. She talks about it. She'll bring it up just as much.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. I'm really glad we talked about this today.
Thank you. Finally could get it out.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Well, I did want to talk about our weekends. We haven't seen each other for a while.
Oh, yeah.
You had a pretty big week. You ran a triathlon.
I did, yeah.
I had a huge week, though. Harry Styles shaved his head.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. So I've had a lot.
You looked crazy. Yeah.
It's a lot. So I'm still processing, still grieving.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
It made me kind of think about myself as a person because am I objectifying him? Yes, a little bit. Which I think is fine. I'm just going to say it. Men objectify women all the time. I think I think
if you're wage gap, it's fine.
Also true. Fine. I mean, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
I was really kind of shitting on it and having a crisis. And then his mom came out and said something like, Harry Styles, or my son is like a really good person. He donates all, whatever, which is true. But I wish he still had hair.
Yeah.
Like really badly. More than I should. Like, do you remember our Taylor Swift episode where we talked about parasocial relationships with people?
You have them.
And I was like, people shouldn't do that. I cannot stop thinking about the fact that Harry Styles shaved his head.
That same thing.
I will never meet him in real life, probably ever. I cannot believe do you see the tear? I cannot believe he shaved his head.
But I'm not laughing because women have interest. Women have interest, and I think that's good. It's good. No, I'm happy for you.
It's fine, Ashley, that you're crying about Harry Styles.
I think that's cool, actually. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My emotions matter.
Yeah. That was
I'm worked up about it. I really.
when we were in California, Abby the whole day on one of the days was talking about Travis Kelce reacting to Taylor Swift.
Okay,
thing.
that's another thing that happened this week.
Yeah.
Abby is my sister, and she went with Dylan to California. Her and I, literally the entire time, were sending each other video after video. All the girls know the video I'm talking about, where she backstage runs to kiss him, and she jumps in his arms, and he's smiling at her.
It's crazy.
I literally can't count how many times I've watched that. That same week, it's been, okay, this is so crazy. Actually, you guys, let's talk about this. This is a little interesting. She releases 1989, Taylor's version. You got somewhere to be? Okay.
Yeah. Before we get started on this
1989, Taylor's version releases. She talks shit on Harry Styles. Fair enough. Talks about all that stuff. Same week, her and her boyfriend had like a crazy, I'm not saying they're a PR relationship, but they have a crazy PR week. They're exposed everywhere. People are talking about what a great couple they are. Days later, or within the same time frame, Harry Styles shaves his head. What's going on?
He wanted some attention, man. He was like, they're not talking about me a lot.
They're not talking about me. I think it's very interesting. Also, the video of him bald is the funniest thing ever. He's with his like new girlfriend, and they're like dancing, and he turns to the camera, and he has like this like oh shit moment where it's like, oh,
they caught me.
They caught me. Also, there's a theory that Harry Styles has been balding for a long time and wearing wigs, and he just shaved his head.
So yeah, it's over for him.
I've had a very busy week.
He's gonna be bald.
But congrats on your triathlon. No, they haven't.
Has anyone made that joke yet
about him being bald?
Baldy Styles.
No,
no one's made.
I don't think
that's
clever enough.
Trademark, copyright, trademark. I own that now.
Baldy Styles.
Yeah.
I think I don't think anyone's gonna fight you on that for claiming that joke. I don't think so.
It's pretty good, I think.
It's pretty good.
Anyways, what were you
fine.
gonna say?
Yeah, it was major. Which by the time this episode comes out, it'll be super old news. Super old news. But
we had to put it on the record.
We have to put it on the record that I have been thinking about it day in, day out. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and bald Harry Styles. I've thought about that a lot. And I'm a mother. I have other things to deal with and think about, but I think about it a lot.
Shows how important it is, yeah.
Yes, very important. I'll remember how old my baby was and what she was doing when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift kissed. Yeah. And then Harry Styles was bald.
That's funny.
Yep. So it was a big week for me. What did you do?
Yeah, I finished my triathlon. I beat my time.
That's
by 35,
really impressive,
35
actually.
minutes I beat it by.
Oh, wow.
Which is a lot, yeah.
That is a lot.
Last time I just had a sprained ankle, so I didn't train for like 2 months, and then I did it on a sprained ankle.
I was also going to say, when I ran into you at the gym the other day, and I was like, don't talk to me. I hate talking to people at the gym. You had gotten there before me. I worked out for, I thought, what was at least 30 to 40 minutes, and then you were still going when I left, and I was like
a second after you left. I wasn't there for much longer.
Okay, I was like, Dylan has been here for forever.
I only work out for like an hour. I'm not crazy.
An hour is a little much. I literally was pushing 45 minutes, and I was like, ugh, this sucks.
I was in good shape though. That was like
you're
8
about
days.
to run a triathlon.
That was like 5 days before my race.
That was crazy. Yeah. That was so funny too. I was like, hello. Please hey. I literally see you all the time. Like, we're friends. And I was like, don't talk to me. I hate being at the gym.
It is kind of awkward. No, I agree.
Well,
I'm
not
making
that,
weird
like,
faces and stuff.
Even like, if we're working out together, fine. But like, if we're separate,
yeah.
I don't like that.
I make sure not to make eye contact.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah. And also, there were these guys just sitting in the corner the whole time. And I was next to these other girls, and they were just like constantly just like, this probably never happens to you. But I was literally just like, I couldn't do squats anywhere. I couldn't like do anything. I was just like,
you don't want to be perceived.
No, at all. And like, the gym is not the place to meet people also.
Yeah, I know.
For the men out there, please don't. Just don't.
It seems.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, so that was my experience at the gym, and I was just like, Dylan's still here. He's still going like crazy. But yeah, that was fun. I'm glad you ran your triathlon.
Yeah,
I'm glad it went well.
I know, but now I have nothing to look forward to.
What do I have?
No purpose. I hate that.
Is that why people run and do triathlons?
Yeah, because I think it's nice, like, training for a goal. I always realize I get depressed
agree,
after.
Actually. You get depressed after?
Well, like, yeah, like, like, I went straight, like, when I was going for the tournament, I was just training, or I was not training. Yeah. I was making all the videos and stuff and, like, planning this whole thing, and then right after I started doing a training
Yeah.
for my race, I realize that now that when I don't have something that I'm trying to
I'm
work
the
towards,
same
I
way,
get really
actually.
depressed.
Yeah, because like I don't know, what are we gonna do? Like our jobs? Okay, well, I guess I will.
yeah, that's probably good for today.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me talk at you with my.
It was really
obsession.
interesting.
Yeah.
I still have to say, Lego Batman is still my favorite.
I think it's
haven't-
fine. That's
I
one
haven't
of
had
my-
a change of heart.
I
but
recently watched all the live action ones this year, actually, and
Oh,
then
really?
also
That's
like
a lot of.
yeah, well, it's only like 12 movies, but
Okay.
I watched like 30 animated ones too. I watched a
Wow.
lot. Have you heard of Letterboxd?
Well, you have
I just
time.
use that.
Oh, Letterbox.
Yeah, I just
Is
rate
that
it.
what-
It's like the Ian app.
Oh yeah, we have our friend who's a film major
Yeah, he's
lists all of his like rankings and
Yeah.
movie ratings. So
yeah. And anyways,
Which
that's
is
why. So I've been obsessed with him for a while, and then I needed to get it all out of my system.
well, I'm
So
glad.
now-
I'm glad I could
Yeah.
be a shoulder to lean on in that
yeah.
Huh?
Send. No, you're.
Huh?
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 Anyways.
Well,
yeah.
that's really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We will be gone for Thanksgiving, but by the time this episode's out, Thanksgiving
already
will have been
happened.
passed.
Yeah.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Next week, what are we going to talk about? Probably Harry Styles, since
Okay.
that's all I've been thinking
That's
about.
fine. Yeah, that
I think we're
going
going to talk about Harry Styles next week.
Okay.
So tune in for
Sounds
that. I will be nice. Everyone who likes Harry Styles, I like Harry Styles too. I will be nice-ish. I have a very complicated relationship with this person who doesn't know I exist.
Yeah.
I have like a love-hate relationship for Harry Styles, for sure.
Well, I'm excited
Which
to hear.
we'll get
about it.
into.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're very interested. So we'll talk about that next
All right.
week. Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay.